I put a poll out there. You feel me? That kind of that kind of leads toward the show. You feel me? So I'm gonna put the poll up here.
What they say?
What he
What
what
he
he
say?
what he
What he
say?
say?
What he say, nigga? Shit.
What the hell they said?
So the question was, what
What?
makes you stop caring? Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
70% of people said being disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
20% of the people said protecting my space, and 10% said being hurt. Y'all surprised by them numbers? Y'all surprised by the response? Anybody surprised by that response on that?
I'm just surprised by how low protecting my peace is. I'd have thought that percentage would have been a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm comparing them to myself, I agree with you because that's my priority. That's my number one priority. But well, I'm not number one priority, but in terms of this topic, um, but as far as being hurt, shoot, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. I can relate to all of these to a degree, except for the being disappointed. Actually, no, yeah, that's the only one I don't relate to, because
I expect people to disappoint me. I actually look for it.
I don't
But
expect it, but I'm
is
not
that what?
surprised when I don't expect it, but I'm not surprised when it happens because people fuck up. No one's perfect. Shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It might not even been intentional. Like just like Pitt said, he didn't know I was gonna show up because you know what happened. But if I didn't, he wouldn't have been disappointed or surprised because he could understand. Like that's just you know people got limits.
Ladybug, you surprised by these numbers? By the response? I mean,
Mm, nah, I'm not surprised. I mean, you would think protecting my space or my peace would have been a high percentage, but you'll be, you know, quite surprised how people being disappointed can really, disappointment is. I resonate with being disappointed because, as they said, I don't expect it, but when it happens, yeah, it made me feel some type of way because I like to start people off at 100% all the time. I don't care what it is, even if I've heard somebody else say, even if someone else has an opinion about you, I'm not gonna let that person's opinion affect how I think about you. I'm gonna start you off at 100%. Period. Um, but
Mm, mm.
you know what I'm saying? Until you start subtracting, when you start subtracting from that 100%, then it's like, yeah, it is, it's disappointing. It is. Especially if I have not done anything to you, to be treated that way by you. It can be, I can see why that's a higher percentage than some people. A lot of people, the disappointment, people rather not be disappointed than protecting a space. If that makes sense, you'd be surprised how it's flipped. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
right.
Um, my
Go ahead,
bad.
bro.
I didn't really say my bad. My answer didn't really answer the question. I just realized it. I'm not surprised to answer your question. No, I'm not surprised. And just a quick to add to what she said. Uh, because I see that dollar and I raise you $2. Um, I agree with everything she said, but I'm gonna just throw in there. I'm the opposite. I'm actually somebody who starts you off. I start everybody off at zero, and you gotta raise that shit. It's kind of like when I go out to eat. I ain't gonna lie, your tip starting off at $1, and depending on how good you do, it might go up, and it might go down to zero. So I kind of start everybody off with not necessarily expecting the worst, but you're gonna earn what you do get from me. And you know what I'm saying? Like I think everything is earned, not given. Because I think that's where I think that's why I'm not surprised, because I feel like disappointment comes from giving people too much. Like we're already putting the expectation that we're setting them up for failure in a way by doing that. Just my opinion.
I figured the toss up, it was gonna be, but most of it was gonna be between being disappointed and being hurt. But for me personally, I see a chain reaction here, which, you know what I'm saying? Reason I thought that it was gonna be between those two is because typically what makes people start caring is being hurt, and then that leads to the disappointment, and then that leads to them protecting their space. To me, I see a chain reaction personally of these.
Agreed.
I see it, but you just made me realize I'm an extremist.
Why you say that?
I always jump to protect my peace.
But is that, let me ask you, you jump to protect your peace now, but is that from being hurt and the disappointment?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like a survival mechanism. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You slick motherfucker. You put this shit in the order of it goes too. Cause hurt, it starts with hurt, and then you're disappointed by the hurt, and then you jump to okay. So I see what you did there. See. Okay. I like it. I see what you did there.
Brain teaser.
Mm-hmm.
Cause this is how that's the order the emotions go. Well, not emotions, but that's like you said, that's the pattern right there.
Typically, it usually bounce. I think, in my opinion, it usually bounce between one being hurt and being disappointed. Those are, to me, I think, are interchangeable.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hurt by the disappointment. So that's why, yeah.
It definitely kind of fall in that order.
Yeah, disappointment does hurt.